Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off this journey today with our first slide, titled Introduction, A Journey Through Time and Culture. Today, we'll explore the rich history and diverse civilizations of America. We'll look at how these cultures developed, thrived, and shaped the world we know today. So, get ready for an engaging adventure through history and culture. Let's dive in. A tapestry of civilizations that shaped the Western Hemisphere for millennia. Native American culture was complex, rich, and diverse, displaying unique and profound patterns of thought and life. When we think about the history of this region, it's important to recognize how these cultures contributed so deeply to the fabric of the continent. Their traditions, beliefs, and innovations created a rich and diverse heritage that still influences us today. This slide highlights just how intricate and varied these civilizations were, showing that their impact goes far beyond simple stereotypes. Understanding this diversity helps us appreciate the depth of history in the Western Hemisphere and connects to the overall theme of cultural development and exchange across time. Let's take a closer look at how complex social structures started to take shape in the Americas. These societies developed sophisticated hierarchies and institutions that organized their communities in intricate ways. Alongside that, they created advanced writing systems, some of the earliest forms of recorded language, allowing them to keep records, communicate across long distances, and preserve their histories. At the same time, we see the rise of large, complex cities. These urban centers weren't just big, they were hubs of culture, politics, and innovation. Now, it's important to note that urbanization arrived later in the Americas compared to other parts of the world. But what's fascinating is that it developed in its own unique ways, shaped by local environments, resources, and cultural traditions, creating forms of urban life never seen anywhere else. So, in this phase, we see the emergence of highly organized, advanced societies that laid the groundwork for future civilizations, all within a distinctive American context. This demonstrates how urbanization is a global phenomenon, but one that takes on different expressions depending on where it happens. Now let's take a closer look at Tenochtitlan, which was the largest and most complex city among the Native Americans. This city wasn't just a large settlement, it was a bustling hub of activity and innovation. During the day, many residents worked the land, farming to support themselves and the community. Then, at night, they would return to the city, which was full of life, commerce, and culture. Tenochtitlan truly exemplifies the sophistication and organizational skills of the Aztec civilization, showing how they built a thriving metropolis in the middle of a lake. This city played a central role in their society and is a key example of the impressive achievements of Native American cultures before European contact. Now, let's explore the geographical heart of civilization in this region. As you can see, there's a wide diversity of altitudes and climates here, ranging from arid deserts to lush tropical rainforests. This variety creates a rich tapestry of environments that have influenced how civilizations developed and thrived. Stretching from Vera Cruz all the way to Honduras, this area is truly a mosaic of different landscapes. Moving on to Mesoamerica, it's often called the land of diversity because of this very richness. The variety of environments not only shaped the way people lived, but also contributed to the development of a wide array of cultures and societies within this region. This diversity is a key part of understanding how civilization evolved here and how it connected to the overall story of human history in the Americas. So, when we talk about the mother culture of Mesoamerica, we're referring to a society that really laid the groundwork for many aspects of later civilizations. They are especially known for their impressive monumental art, like colossal stone sculptures and intricate carvings, which showcase their artistic and religious expressions. However, what's interesting is that despite their achievements in art and culture, they didn't develop large urban centers in the way later cultures like the Maya or Aztecs did. They laid the cultural foundations, but didn't fully urbanize. This culture was crucial because they developed most of the key cultural elements that would shape Mesoamerican civilization, such as complex religious practices, social organization, and early forms of writing and calendar systems. When we focus on the Olmecs, They are often called the cultural pioneers of this region. They are essentially the forerunners who set many of these patterns that others would follow. Their innovations and artistic styles influenced many subsequent cultures in Mesoamerica. So, understanding the Olmecs helps us see how these cultural traditions originated and evolved over time, connecting to our broader theme of how early societies laid the groundwork for complex civilizations that came after. Cities served as ceremonial centers for priests, meaning these urban areas weren't just about daily life, but also held deep spiritual significance. They functioned as hubs for religious rituals and ceremonies, emphasizing the central role religion played in Maya society. The Maya were renowned for their advanced knowledge in science, mathematics, and astronomy, which they used to develop complex calendars and understand celestial movements. This sophistication allowed them to make precise astronomical observations that guided their agriculture and religious events. Despite challenging tropical conditions, they built incredible cities with impressive architecture and infrastructure, showcasing their ingenuity and resilience. Overall, the Maya were masters of the jungle, not only surviving but thriving and leaving behind a rich cultural legacy that continues to fascinate us today. Now, let's turn our attention to the masters of the Andean heights in South America. When we think of impressive civilizations in this region, the Incas certainly come to mind. They established a dominant power in the Valley of Mexico around the early 15th century, roughly from 1400 to 1524, before the Spanish conquest. Their influence was vast, shaping the culture and infrastructure of the Andes. But before the Incas rose to prominence, there was another significant civilization in the Valley of Mexico, the Aztecs. They built a great city, which became a major cultural and political center from around 200 BC all the way to 700 AD. Their city was characterized by remarkable urban planning and impressive architecture, laying the groundwork for future civilizations in the region. And linking these two, we have Teotihuacan, one of the earliest and most influential fully urbanized centers in Mesoamerica. It was a massive city, with complex urban planning, monumental pyramids, and sophisticated society. Teotihuacan played a vital role in shaping the cultural landscape of the region and set the stage for the later civilizations like the Aztecs and Incas. So these civilizations, each with their unique achievements, are key to understanding the rich history of the Andean and Mesoamerican regions and how urbanization and cultural dominance evolved in South America and beyond. Now, let's turn our attention to the urbanization along the high slopes and foothills of the Andes. As you can imagine, this region presents a particularly harsh environment, with challenging terrain and climate conditions. Despite these difficulties, ancient civilizations managed to develop complex urban centers here. This required sophisticated administration and organization of human labor to adapt and thrive in such a demanding landscape. It's a testament to their resilience and ingenuity, highlighting how they overcame natural obstacles to build societies in one of the most formidable environments in the Americas. This resilience is a key part of understanding the broader picture of Andean civilization and their ability to manipulate and control their environment for sustainable living. Now, let's explore the conservation of culture during the post-classic era. This period follows the classic, and it's fascinating because it shows how cultural practices and traditions evolved and persisted even amid change. Moving back a bit, we see that during the pre-classic period, there was a significant evolution from the formation of core religious beliefs and architectural styles. These foundations set the stage for later developments. Then, we arrive at the era of the efflorescence of Teotihuacan and the Mayas, roughly between 300 and 900 AD. This was a time of remarkable cultural flourishing, with impressive urban centers, complex religious practices, and vibrant artistic expressions. These civilizations built upon earlier traditions, but also introduced new elements that enriched their cultural identities. Understanding this progression helps us see how cultural conservation and innovation go hand in hand, shaping the rich tapestry of Mesoamerican history we're examining today. Let's take a closer look at shared forms and homogenization. These concepts refer to the ways in which cultures tend to develop similar traits or practices over time, often through contact and exchange. When we talk about homogenization, we're really highlighting how distinct cultural identities can become more alike, sometimes leading to a loss of unique features. Now, moving to cultural centers, these are often the hubs where major cultural trends originate or are perpetuated. They can influence surrounding regions and even entire continents. Historically, we see that periods of cultural homogenization, what we call horizons, have been defining moments in history. These horizons represent times when a single people or civilization dominated the cultural scene, spreading their ideas, art, and practices widely. Focusing on South America, these horizons played a crucial role in shaping the region's cultural landscape. Many of these periods involved the dominance of particular civilizations, like the Inca or the Spanish during colonial times, which left lasting impacts. Understanding these horizons helps us see how cultural identities evolve, sometimes through shared influences, sometimes through homogenization that temporarily unifies diverse groups. It's a key part of understanding the broader theme of how cultures develop and interact over time. And with that, we come to the end of our introduction. We've seen how these societies, especially the Incas, came the closest to building an empire in the Western sense of the word. The Incas were the dominant force during the late Horizon period of South American history, which is a crucial time when their empire expanded and consolidated power. Their achievements in governance, engineering, and culture really set them apart. Understanding their rise and influence helps us see the broader patterns of civilization development in the region. So, as we move forward, keep in mind how the Incas exemplify the complexity and sophistication of pre-Columbian societies in South America.